Welcome everyone to the Barrhead and District Forum interviews for the 2021 municipal elections. The Barrhead Chamber of Commerce, Barrhead Leader, and Barrhead Public Library thanks you for your time today. Welcome Division 1 candidate for the County of Barrhead, Doug Drozd. Before we get started, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little about why you're seeking re-election?
My name is Douglas Drozd. I'm running for re-election in Division 1 in the County of Barrhead. I have been at that position since 2010, and I have been at the office of Reeve since 2016. I felt that in the last few years that the county has done some important work as far as economic development is concerned, and I would very much like to continue in my role as councillor representing the people of Division 1 so that we can bring these projects to fruition.
County Council is paid to attend meetings as they should be. What are your thoughts on using Zoom or similar media for meetings other than council meetings to remove the high cost of travel?
The virtual platforms have their place. It's efficient for training when you have the opportunity to bring in experts from abroad, as well as committee meetings that have short, focused agendas. We found that they could be handled remotely quite effectively. Of course, when there's a public health emergency, it's prudent to connect remotely to avoid the contact. However, there's no substitute for the human contact. I very much prefer to be in the room with my colleagues when we're having those tough deliberations around budgets or when we're developing policies. Consequently, at conferences, sometimes the best conversations that we have are those that are in the coffee line when we're talking with our colleagues. And also at conferences, we get to bounce ideas off one another or the presenters either during the presentations or afterwards. And our associations have worked very hard, speaking of the RMA in particular, to make sure that the conferences, that the content is pertinent and of value to us as county councils. Another fault that I should bring up about the virtual platform is that not everyone enjoys a stable connection, especially in the country where the signal can be weak and sporadic.
Infrastructure, maintenance, and the building of new amenities is always an issue for residents. What amenities would you like to see in the community?
First, I'd like to define what infrastructure, maintenance, and amenities mean to me. First, infrastructure is roads, bridges, lagoons, transfer stations, landfills, water treatment plants, and pipelines for water distribution. These are essential to human life and are of the highest priority. Second, maintenance is programs and strategies that keep these infrastructures in place. And third, amenities are the public spaces that improve the quality of life in the community. Now, having said that, the County of Barrhead has ample parks and open spaces, and I'd like to see in the next council term the development of a parks and open spaces strategy that would have within it a consultation with the community so that we can hear what is important to the public.
Several residents have said crime and crime reduction is a concern. What, if anything, can municipalities do to help reduce crime?
I agree with those residents. Well, I think the County of Barrhead helped to develop an effective communication channels via the Bark Alert system that doesn't help the catch and release system mentality of the justice system. The RCMP stats tell us that persons' crimes are low and the community is safe in that respect. However, property crimes can continue to be a problem, fed by addicts who are feeding their drug habits. Many rural residents have figured it out. They've hardened their targets, making it riskier for criminals to invade their policy. I would suggest to residents to be proactive. Join the Rural Crime Watch program, get bark alerts, and work with your neighbors to watch over your property.
Is there one point you would like to make that hasn't already been discussed?
There's a developing trend over the past number of years whereby the provincial government has downloaded costs to the municipalities. We have no choice in these matters, and it results in property tax dollars rather than provincial revenue being expended on those programs. This is why it's crucial for the County of Barrhead to add to its tax base. The majority of the county's assessment is residential, and while non-residential and linear make up a very small percentage of that assessment. The previous council worked hard to develop the Keela Industrial Park, and I'm pleased to report that 2 of the 7 developed lots have offers to purchase on them. and when the purchaser is ready, they will announce their intentions to the community. Similarly to the Government of Alberta, tax incentive program for new developments in oil and gas projects, the County of Barrhead has instituted a tax incentive bylaw that permits for full or partial forgiveness of property tax on new or expanding businesses. These combined efforts and a dedication to maintain a competitive tax rate, I hope that we can add to the county's rate base and bring jobs and economic activity to our community.
Thank you again for participating in this format. Before letting you go, do you have any closing remarks?
And then in closing, I'd just like to thank the organizers for allowing me the opportunity to speak on this platform. Thank you.